What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. Um, I want to say that I'm somewhat better. Well, I'm remarkably better than I was the last time that I spoke. Um, I was pretty ill, you know, and I told you guys I had a very sore throat. I could barely swallow, and most importantly, my fever was very high. Um, I think at my highest I was 102.5, and and then I had incessant hiccups that wouldn't quit. Um, I went through it for several days, but I'm better. Now I just feel like I sound nasal, like, as if I have a head cold or something like that, but but I don't think I have a head cold though. I know that I sound like it but I don't have like a runny nose or sneezing and stuff like that, but um, there is that stoppage though, kind of. Um, I want to say thank you to all of you who wished me well and all of that. I thank you so much. It matters, um, especially for someone like myself. I don't really have anyone to take care of me. Um, you know, um, it really is just me and God. And but I do appreciate Uncle for everything that he um, has done for me, and he also tried to look out for me as well. He brought me some soup and some, you know, um, and was trying to give me advice and things like that of what I should do, and checking in on me, and just trying to be as loving as he could be. And I'm deeply grateful. I also want to say that for those of you who follow me on Jedi Africa, um, I did post a video there recently, um, giving you an update. Um, and you should go and check that out. And God willing, I will have more to say somewhere between now and the weekend or something like that. Because while this is a blow, it's not a death nail. Um, so we'll talk more about that. I came to hopefully not make this a long video. I really wanted to come and preview for you what will happen, what I believe will happen in the case of this murdering whore. Because I've also been not only watching as much of the legal proceedings as I could stand, but I've also been exposing myself to white reaction on the internet. And in their white minds, a mistake that ends in someone's death is just like as if you tied your shoe the wrong way and it should be no problem. You know, they are a disgusting entity. And humanity would finally be just that if they didn't exist. If they didn't exist, it would be a different world. Suddenly, there would never have been any such thing as World War I or World War II or Vietnam You would have never had the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. You never would have had 9/11. No slavery. I mean, you can't even imagine humanity, the earth, nature, everything would be so much different if these people did not fucking exist, dude. That's just the truth. That's the truth. And I challenge anyone to prove me wrong on that. I'm always happy to be wrong. It's a teachable moment. I'm happy to be wrong, but rarely am I ever. The jury is already asking fucked up questions, because they're white. And they need to see the gun, and what if we can't agree? And the judge had to reread the instructions, and there was the white devil defense bringing up ridiculous objections and shit. We don't think they should have the gun in the jury room because of safety concerns, and it's a piece of evidence. It's not even loaded, and sat your ass down. But they're not just speaking in the courtroom, they're speaking to all the other white minions out there watching. Do you understand? It's very sad. It's why I've said to my brothers, if we really are the kings that we proclaim and want the title of, there would have been a small army of us in Minnesota or when any of these damn murders happen. And we would get to that mother and say, "Fret not, my sister. Give us 24 hours and there'll be justice. You won't have to hear about grand juries and, prosecutors and investigations and shit. We got all the information we need. You're going to be good." When you allow people to mistreat you that don't have a soul and no sense of remorse or righteousness, they continue to mistreat you. That's why they continue this. Sadly, if he's a brother that was out there with her ass, should have just neutralized her ass right there on the scene. But he's one of them now. So, as I always say, all skin folk is not kinfolk. And we have to identify their asses too. And disassociate. Because you're trying to have your cake and eat it too. You're trying to be friends with your enemy and enemies with your enemy. You can't do that. Either they're your enemy or they're your friend. There is no in between. There isn't. They're going to give you special jury announcement, like we're going to hold the reading of the verdict, and I can imagine some shutting down. And let's see, what's today. Today is, I feel like it's Wednesday or Tuesday. uh Today is Tuesday. So let me look at my calendar, because you do have the satanic pagan bullshit Christmas coming up. Um, so that's gonna be on Saturday. So, uh, could get this tomorrow, Thursday at the latest, because the jury doesn't want to be deliberating or still having to deal with this over Christmas break. You understand? So they want to hand you the injustice and get on to Christmas very quickly. Yeah. That's my prediction. It'll either be a hung jury or just a not guilty. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking to do. Because they've given you this wispy, Judge Ito-esque judge who is not believable as a human being before you even get to anything else. She seems to be sedated, lethargic. I just like it's a cartoon to me. Like I don't believe you. I don't. I don't believe you. And my brother in Islam, Keith Ellis, who was he's the attorney general down there in Minnesota. He's the one who stepped to the mic after they were victorious to have Chauvin convicted. He's in the courtroom too. I don't know if any of you noticed him, but he's there. And this would be another victory for him. And they don't want that. He's been careful to not be present in the courtroom, but I see that he's been overseeing the final phases now. And because that's his team. And if you hear mooing and stuff going on, you guys, that's my stomach. Like, I'm over it. But it's just a sad state of affairs, you know. I just think about Dante. I think about being 20. What it's like, because I had my own car at 20. In fact, I think I was on my second car by the time I was 20. But there's a certain specialness about riding around with your girlfriend at 20 years old, being behind the wheel of a car. You know? Just like I bonded with him on that, reflecting on him and looking at his picture, and just allowed myself to just go there, you know, like, okay, this brother was 20, like, what did that feel like that day, you know? And then his girlfriend she's so sweet. Like, she was like the perfect girlfriend for him at that age, you know? Whatever their future was going to be or not going to be, I just thought, yeah, that was a good chick for him, man, you know? After I saw how she presented herself and who she is, and like, yeah, I felt that. But none of this mattered to these white demons. None of it. There's nothing to deliberate. She'd already made it an open and shut case when she did her death wail out there on the street, proclaiming she was going to prison. So she already knew. So there's really nothing for the jury to deliberate. Most of all, had Dante been a white boy, finally shot by one of us, finally, obviously I'm only going to get that fantasy in my dreams, because if I've ever seen it happen in real life, I probably will just nut on myself, finally, and scream, finally. It would have been over that day. Suddenly, the victim would have been the most angelic person that ever lived, second only to the baby Jesus. And the black cop that shot him would have been the worst thing ever. And his family would be receiving death threats and, all of it. But what's sad is we don't have a response for when they hand you and his family injustice. If we were the people reflecting our true reality, this bitch would know the first thing she needs to do is get on a rocket that goes straight into space and does not return. Or she would beg them, please, for the love of God, lock me up, because I'm not going to live 5 minutes if I walk out of this building. Because black people are due justice. And they're sick of our white ass weak excuses. They're sick of it, as they should be. So you have to lock me up. She should do whatever she has to do, throw herself on the mercy of the court, threaten the judge, whatever will get her locked up. Because she will know she's not going to live if she goes outside of that building. Because black people are not going to allow this shit. Because they're sick of our white ass and they know that if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be different. Please lock me up. I'm over it. I'm just over it, man. And I'm sick and tired of it. Anyways, I didn't want this to be long. I just wanted to be on record with my prediction. And my prediction is based on observation. I'm just not pulling it out of my ass. You know. It is most doubtful that this white ass, demon ass jury is going to come back and convict this demon, fat white bitch. Not a chance in hell. Not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. So, I'm going to leave it there, but God willing, and also you guys, because I've been ill, and also when I'm, even not just when I'm ill, but when I'm down too, I'm a hermit anyway, but I really, like, I will probably just take a picture of myself that I can share with you later, and you'll go, oh my God, because I really look like somebody that crawled out of a cave that's been sleeping on the street or something. I look really, really bad. I do, and I know that, you know. So I just need to get myself together, and hopefully I'll be feeling even better in the next day or two. I'm hoping to be able to um, be live with you um, over the next days, especially since, there's going to be Christmas break, and people will just kind of be available and stuff like that, or have more availability and things like that. And I just want to continue to heal right now, and deal with this other issue, um, as it relates to what I spoke about in my last video over on my other channel, Jedi Africa. Um, yeah, but I still exist. And as long as you live and breathe, there's still a chance to do whatever it is in life, you know? So, I just wanted to be on record for this, everybody, so that my people can, if you were in a state of, ooh, I wonder what's going to happen, hopefully I can just relax you on that, and just remind you that you're dealing with the devil, and they never change their way. That righteousness is not something they're capable of or interested in. It's always some angle. They don't believe in anything after this life. I just watched some white dude the other day crying on camera saying he saw Jesus. Huh. Wait, y'all. Let me get a sip of my punch. And me being me, I couldn't help but type him and say, if you didn't see a black man, you didn't see Jesus. So sorry. Just squashed his entire fantasy, you know. Um, and he was very emotional and just very, and he was reaching out his hand to me, and it was all very, and give me a break. And I think I passed out then and had to be revived. I'll have to check the video. But, you know, it's all fiction with them, you know. We are the people of spirituality. It's us. It's us. It's us. It's us. It's us. Damn it, it's us. But they don't have a capability for that. Even as a child, I just remember like no emotion from them. Even the job I was working when my grandmother passed away in 1994, I was devastated, do you understand? And what was it, a day later, my boss was saying I needed to get back to work. I'm like, bitch, do you understand I just lost my grandmother? Like, this is the most, it was just, you know, ended up losing that job. Um, uh, After cussing everybody out and threatening, and it was a few things, but um, it's just another reflection of the lack of emotion from these people. That's why she couldn't cry on the stand. She doesn't have a soul. We couldn't get a tear out of Kyle Rittenhouse because he doesn't have a soul. They do not possess souls, everybody. They don't. They don't. This is a people who care more about a fucking dog than they care about another human being. There was a guy, a white devil, in Ghana trying to terrorize some of the brothers because they were slaughtering dogs. How you bring your white ass all the way the fuck to Africa and tell them what to do with a dog? They should have slaughtered him. And he wanted to do a video and he wants people to see this because he just can't believe. Well, there's my cough. But anyways, that's probably the universe telling me, get your ass off of here, Jedi, and take your shit. So I'm gonna bow to that. But again, for those of you all who want my update, go to Jedi Africa. And as it relates to this verdict, know that I've already told you what's gonna happen. And then, as I said, I'm endeavoring to try to be live with you before the week is out, everybody. As I say, I've just been very ill, and I probably need to get on the scale too and see how much weight I lost. Damn it. But I just leave you with this. Like Dr. Maya Angelou said, you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me down in the very dirt, but still like dust, I rise. This is the Jedi.